everyone, welcome back to my channel Gemini on a Mission. Today I'm sharing a topic which is spontaneous, and I thought before I turn 22 this 21st May, why not share the 21 things I have actually learned and implemented at the age of 21 that are a lot of things to share. But before we dive in, do not forget the drill to hit the subscribe button and keep supporting my channel. Let's begin. Yes, so the very first thing that I want to share with everyone is that I learned to voice my thoughts. This was something that I had ignored since a very long time, and during my early teens I used to hardly do things for myself, and with every year, every passing day, the transformation that had taken place with me, that helped me understand the value and importance of voicing my thoughts. So voicing my thoughts was basically, if any idea would struck me, if any idea would take place in my head, I would try to implement it in the best possible way, either with a team, either for the NGO that I'm associated with, or with my family or with my network. So voicing your thoughts is something that I learned, that when an idea strikes you, don't be afraid, but just voice them. Don't be afraid to put in those extra efforts, because all the efforts that I took unintentionally, without even thinking that I have to give in a lot, so either it was being a mentor, guiding people, or executing a lot of initiatives for the community, or trying to be active in college and for the community outside, trying to enter into a pageant, doing a lot of things. So unintentionally, when I was just being there because I wanted to do things, all these efforts at the end did give me a lot of feathers to my hat and a lot of achievements. So don't be afraid to give in your effort. Third thing is, believe in yourself and love yourself. We keep telling others, love yourself, have self-belief, think positive, but it's hard, because it does take some time to understand what you truly want and how do we believe in ourselves. So whenever there used to be a challenge in front of me, I made sure that I would think positive, and even though I am a person who overthinks a lot, so I would try to just think and visualize the success. I would try to believe in myself more than just trying to doubt my fears and trying to doubt myself. And loving yourself in a way, try to nurture yourself. So one thing that I really learned, and I would like to share with you especially, that whenever I was bored, or whenever I was unwell, or whenever I was done with things, because I had so many activities, I would become tired mentally and physically, I would just rest. And the days I really couldn't do anything, I would try to nurture myself. So even though I had crazy thoughts, or I would feel very down in my life, in those phases, I would try to nurture my feelings. I would try to nurture myself by either doing something I would like. So instead of spending time with family or pets, or just planning something, or watching a movie, or just trying to read a book, so at that moment, just try to nurture yourself. The thing is, challenge your fears. Well, we are always scared of trying new things, or we are nervous about participating, we are nervous about connecting, collaborating, and even talking to people. And we think, what if I do something wrong? Well, I always tell people that unless you will not give in, or you will not begin, you will always be in the web of fears. So even though my entire 21 almost was in a lockdown, though I tried to do a lot of things. I tried to learn and tried to do internships and all of that. There were a lot of things that were not happening according to what I visualized or what I wanted. And instead of being disappointed, well, most of the time I was sad, but I tried to challenge my fear. So the moment I had an idea and I thought to myself, should I really speak up? Should I really mail this person for collaboration? Should I really give in my best or do something? I would try to do that. So challenge your fears, because unless you will not challenge your fears, they will keep haunting you and they will never leave you. So this is something that I realized, and now I'm okay with it after trying to understand it. So I realized that not everyone will help you, even though you might be the first one to reach out for help. So a lot of times, because of my network, because of trying to be there or trying to do something either, so if any problem would arrive, any person would come up with a issue or a problem or with a query, I would try my best to either pass a contact that would be helpful for them, or I would try to guide them with a few pointers. I would try to guide them in some way instead of leaving them blank and instead of telling them I don't know. So I realized that when I needed help, intentionally also I needed support, the same people did not really support, and that was totally fine. And that I realized you should not expect, but if someone tries to reach out to you and you're able to help them, just give your best. Do not expect. So I am someone, or I was someone, who used to expect a lot, and that used to only keep building more blocks in my feelings, relationships, connections. And I think because of the lockdown and because of being more to myself and because spending more time with my family, I try to understand that expecting will not be good enough. So a lot of times we expect appreciations, good things. We expect a network to behave in a certain manner, to be there when we want, and that doesn't happen. So do not expect anything. So the art of balancing, which is my favorite pointer, because the entire graduation years of mine groomed me to understand this pointer, and I was able to justify all the roles. I was trying to be active in college, to participate and groom myself and try to evolve and grow. Like it said, the more you learn, the more you evolve and grow. So I was trying to be active at college, outside, and I was able to do justice to them, thankfully. Brand yourself. A lot of us sometimes just wait for opportunities to grab or wait for opportunities to knock a door. But even if you have something or the other going on, you have a potential, you have a skill, showcase them to the outer world, because you don't have to keep it hidden. The more you showcase your talents, the more opportunities might even come your way. So brand yourself, because no one else is going to do that for you. We expect if you have an achievement, or we get good grades, or we have a position and we're doing something, we think to ourselves, okay, our network will do it for us. But you need to begin branding yourself. Only then everyone will join the chain. This is a caution and an alert. Be careful from fraud. So after I won my pageant, I was more into a little bit passionate about modeling, and I was trying to do a lot, either in public speaking and hosting. And I thought to myself that because of these achievements, it might be a little easy, but believe me, it was even more challenging. A lot of fraud calls, a lot of agencies. I used to go there, give my efforts, but nothing turned out, and that made me realize that do not trust or do not believe in frauds, and be alert and try to recognize whom you should trust and whom you should not. Now, of course, these points we know, but it's a little difficult to implement them and finally build yourself in a position, or mold yourself in a way that you can actually recognize all of them. Don't believe everything and everyone. Things that look really greener on one side might not really be the same way. So there might be people talking so good to you in front of you and might be actually backbiting a lot of things behind your back, and that has happened with me. So when you're with your age group, I believe that we sometimes think and try to compare ourselves and think that, oh my god, this person is doing everything and I'm trying so much, nothing is happening. So I learned that we cannot have that ego clashes, or we cannot have jealousy with our own network. And of course, you cannot believe everything and everyone, but trust yourself, trust your instinct, and just let go. Don't stop making efforts, don't stop making mistakes, don't stop learning. I was very shy to even speak up, but I was so passionate about public speaking. I was so passionate about doing so many things and executing initiatives and planning and working with the team. So by just stopping yourself, you're stopping your capabilities and potential that's filled within. So don't stop yourself from doing new things, and you needn't fear what the others or what the society will think. A lot of us do this, and I also was in a phase where I used to think, oh my god, what my friends think, or what will they think, or what will they assume. You just need to keep all this thing aside and do what you like. I also face this because when you start doing what you love, a lot of them just be apart. We all walk our own path, and at the end you realize the once upon a time buddies are nowhere to be seen, and that's totally fine. So don't stop from exploring yourself, because every day is a new beginning and you cannot give up on yourself. Take responsibilities, which is so important. Of course, responsibilities doesn't mean that when you turn 25, when you turn 30, you have a certain responsibility. But even at a young age, you can start taking responsibility in your hands. Yes, people might taunt you that, oh my god, you're acting like you are old enough, or you're acting like you are a grandma. So I was being told a lot of times, but I always thought to myself that you need to understand the situation and then behave in a manner. If you do not take responsibility for yourself, if you do not take responsibility for creating your own path, then things are just going to fade away. Things will never fit according to what you think or what you wish. So start taking responsibility, especially at your house or with your family, with your friends. When you think you need to take the lead and no one else is doing it, take the lead, take the responsibility. No one's going to taunt you, no one's going to tease you, and even if they do, that's totally fine. Just let them go. So take responsibilities, whether it is your positions, whether it's at college, whether it's at home. That's totally fine. You are trying to stay mature. You're trying to be sensible enough to understand the situation and act accordingly. The funny one, accept your moods and the behavior and the changes that's happening. Some days you'll be like, woohoo, we own the world. Some days you'll be like, I don't know where I am. Some days you might be like, all these things I've done, where's the energy, where's the enthusiasm? That's totally fine. Accept your moods. Some days will be very nice, some days will be low, some days might even suit according to what you are thinking, some might just be opposite. So accept them, and soon you might realize how to control all those moods, and I'm sure that will be a very great thing once we understand that. It's totally fine to begin something with all your enthusiasm and happiness and then take a pause. So this happened with me when I kickstarted my dream initiative, #Punch Self-Doubt, and this was actually kickstarted after I won my pageant, India Brainy Beauty 2019, and it always aimed to inspire the youth. And to my knowledge and to my surprise, there were already so many platforms with youth doing so many things, and I had planned it in a way, going to schools, BMC schools, and trying to take sessions for the youth wing, for the clubs, and I thought it would be really good enough collaborating. Some were very nice, some did not happen, they just remained planned. And after lockdown, things just went by and it was all confusing. So I thought to myself, that's totally fine. Of course, in the longer run, it will not be, but you can understand the situation, you can understand yourself, and then if you think that's not working out, that's fine. I think with time I always understood this pointer that a smaller network, a smaller circle of friends is also more than enough. So I'm someone that likes my own company, or I just try to be busy, or try to just keep myself motivated with some or the other thing. And sometimes loneliness does take place, but I totally understand how a smaller circle and a smaller network can also add a lot of value, can also impact your life, can also encourage you and support you. So don't compare yourself thinking that, oh, I don't have a group of friends who are partying, or who are having online Zoom sessions and enjoying themselves, or who are just drinking around, or who are just happy all the time, or who go for a run together. That's totally fine. You will find a circle and a bunch of friends according to your mindset, your interests. So you needn't split yourself or act or behave in a manner to get accepted. So just trust yourself. Yes to new things. This is so important, and I'm so glad that I did that. So any new opportunity that would knock my door, or I would try to build and create an opportunity, I would say yes. Of course, not yes to everything, but according to the timeline. And if any opportunity would come to me and I would think that it can be done by someone else, I would pass on that to someone else, which is also a good thing that we all can learn. So say yes to new things, because that will only help you grow and understand your true potential. You must understand what makes you confident. Is it your passion? Is it your interest? Is it something you do before a performance? So, this is very funny, but yes, that makes you confident. So before any performance, before anything like a live discussion or hosting or anything, I click pictures just to make myself be in the moment and enjoy the moment. So that makes me confident. So find what makes you confident and practice that. Try. I know these pointers might be sounding very similar to you, whatever you must have heard, but it is more about practicing them and implementing in your life, in your journey. So do not give up on yourself, do not give up on your network, on your team. Just keep trying, and I'm sure those efforts will count, because like I said, all the efforts do turn your grades or your achievements into flying colors. So wait for that time. Do not give up in the middle and think it was all useless. Not at all. So every year we have been given an entire year, an entire phase to begin new habits, to build new habits. They say that if you practice a habit for 21 days, you can build it into a routine. So even if you tried something or you did something in your 20s or in your early teens and you're not practicing it, that's totally fine. You can build new habits. So once upon a time, when a lot of people would play PUBG and they were so addicted to the game, or we now start realizing that we can try focusing on new things like reading more, learning more skills online, or sharing our skills with someone else, or trying to do new things like starting a YouTube channel like this. So build new habits, because that will only help you mold yourself when you really need it. That is what I've learned, that try to invest yourself into things that will actually help you and help you flourish, and you can utilize all the learning skills and energy that you are trying to invest in now. All of these things will actually make an impact when you need it. So during my road track years, during the graduation years, I used to always believe in collaborating, extending hands and extending help with more organizations, with more youth clubs, with more classes and more people, because when you unite together, it makes an impact, because their network gets to know, and it just creates a chain of support, love, passion, and so many things. So always keep collaborating. Of course, not everyone might collaborate with you. There might be people having different mindsets, different niche, different interests. That's totally fine. But if you think you can collaborate in a manner, don't forget to let them know, and don't forget to let them show your need and the value that you are going to try adding when you collaborate with them. Trust yourself. It might take time to trust yourself for new challenges, new things, and sometimes you also might be a person that doesn't trust anyone else but just yourself. So try don't trust everyone and everything, but with time you will realize whom to trust, whom to actually share your thoughts with, whom to actually share your feelings with. We often try to be an open book or even a closed one and keep everything inside ourselves. This is something I've learned, that by keeping everything inside will only suffocate you. So trust yourself. When you need help, call for it. Do not push yourself back, but understand that you need help, your body needs help, your mind needs help. There's no shame, there's nothing to be afraid of. All help is out there to support you. So trust yourself and take a step for yourself when you need it. That's it for this video. 21 points before I turn 22. I hope you felt connected and I hope you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and show all the love and support. If you thought about something during this video, please, you can pen them down, or you can even connect with me on my email ID or Instagram, and even here. Thank you so much and stay safe. Bye bye.